All right, without further ado, here in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, playing as the Blue Terran Pieces. Give it up, it is BYUN. And in the top left, in the red, playing as the Protoss. Give it up, it is Trap. All right, so here we go. Game number 1 in this best of 7 match. Should be a good one. Trap has been on a tear lately. We will see how he does here against BYUN, who, to be fair, has been doing really good. We're going to be opening up with a proxy Rax here, actually. So already off to a cheeky start. The probe for our Protoss is going to be making its way across the map, looking to get some scouting off. It does look like BYUN was trying to essentially head off the probe, but does not get it. So Trap going to come in instantly. We'll see. Okay, where's your barracks? Where's your stuff at? Not a rocket scientist, but there should be some stuff here. So he is going to just kind of patrol around and see what's going on. Trap looking for the proxy and will eventually find it. Oh no, he doesn't. But he's got to know it's there, right? Okay, so SCV's going to be making its way out. He's obviously got to know that it's there, but we will see. The Reaper is on its way. We'll see how much is coming out here, as the Nexus will be taken. Still has yet to actually see the man, that is just so crazy. Has yet to actually see the Reaper there. So 7x core is done, and it actually will be really nice, not allowing the Reaper to just kind of go up top here. So we'll see what ends up happening here. Reaper going to go ahead and start putting some pressure. It is going to be just the Zealot opening up for Trap, as he is trying to play a little bit defensive, so this does give the opportunity actually for BYUN to get some damage done. He does have another Reaper on the way to. The probes have gone down. Finally, the Stalker going to come out and will chase the first Reaper away. And still, Trap has yet to actually find this, has yet to actually scout this, as the second Reaper does end up popping in here, and will now expose that. Now, good Reaper grenades. A lot of those probes starting to get kind of low. Now, Trap still in the main base here of BYUN, sees that there has been at least a factory taken, and now there is going to be an expansion. The Reaper will come back home, though, and take care of the probe. So we'll keep going. Now, on the other side, an Adept finally coming out for a Trap. He's already got the Stalker almost across the map as already. Does he still have? Okay, he still has the 2 Reapers. Does look like he's going to go back across with them, but he has to be super careful. There we go. The Cyclone is going to be coming out. Going to delay the command center just a little bit. And that beautiful Cyclone will take care of the Stalker, getting a couple of more kills, and will actually move out. Finally, we'll lose one of the Reapers. The Cyclone still dealing damage. Going to just own everything at this point, apparently. Another supply depot going to be going down for BYUN behind this, since he is about to be supply blocked, and his command center is really delayed, so that's really good for Trap. He's already going into more and more probes. He's going into the robotics facility, which will allow him to get everything that he needs here. If he wants to go into Immortal play, which is really good, or if he wants to just get Warp Prism, maybe go across with the Stalkers and try to put some pressure on, and then behind that just getting observers and stuff. And he will need the observer, as we do have a Banshee on the way for the Terran. He is going to go into double Cyclone into tank, just for that extra defensive measure. So we'll see what he does. Robotics Bay is on the way now, so more than likely going to be going into Colossus Tech. He could go into Disruptors as well. We'll see kind of where he wants to play this out at, but either way will be viable. Alright, so 2 Cyclones and a Banshee going to be making their way across the map, and additional barracks on the way for BYUN. Trap, though, just going to be going into... again, just kind of going into tech at the moment. He's only got a couple of stalkers at this point. He literally has 4 stalkers. Here come the Banshees. No cloak, though, for the Banshees, so won't have to worry about that. And finally, it does look like Trap going to start adding on additional gateways. And we'll see here. Banshee will make its way into the natural. Does get a kill. And will end up dying. So does not get enough damage there. War Prism out for Trap now as well. And behind this, just going to be Stim +1 for BYUN. Does look like, however, Robotics Bay is pumping out for the War Prism. I think he's actually going to be going into Disruptors. Yep. The Gravitic Drive. Disruptor is going to be the weapon of choice, and this is very, very nice. If he can get in there with the Disruptor, just going to be able to just lay wreck onto the minerals. Third base is going to be taken now for Trap behind this kind of little push. Extended Thermal Lance behind this as well. We do see additional gateways kind of being pumped out behind this. Finding the Twilight Council and you know, the Forges coming down. Gets a couple of kills, able to make it out in time without taking too much damage. And is this going to continue to look to do this? Now, I wouldn't mind seeing him come down to the bottom here, but we'll find out what he ends up choosing to do. Marine is going to be coming over. Does get a probe. So all is good. The second Disruptor is coming out now for Trap, as he's actually going to be going down to the bottom, it looks like. Blink on the way for him as well, as he throws in additional gateways, so definitely wants to go into that kind of Stalker tech with the Blink. Stim, though, is about 5 seconds from finishing up, and he's got the 2 tanks, he's got the Marines coming down to split up, sees where the army is, but he's not going to see... Oh, he's not going to see the Disruptors. Here come the Disruptor Pulse, immediately pulls back. Does not get a single hit, but now Trap has to return back home to defend against this. He does have some Stalkers and a couple of Sentries to try to hold this out. The Disruptors are going to be a big weapon here if he can get on top of it. Definitely looks to get on top of the tanks. One single Colossus is out here for the Protoss. The Disruptors trying to find the opportunity, but not going to be enough. Already calling GG. BYUN going to take game number 1 here in spectacular fashion, guys. Let's jump into game number 2 here. Let's see if Trap can tie things up. He was looking really good. Was definitely putting on the pressure, to say the least, but just was not. He just didn't have anything to defend really at home. So let's get into it, guys. All right. Without further ado, here in the top right-hand corner of Jagannatha, give it up for the Protoss. It is Trap. And in the bottom left, in the red, playing as the Terran, give it up. It is BYUN. All right, so game number 2 here on Jagannatha. This time, no proxies coming out so far from BYUN. He is going to be going into potentially more standard play. I definitely don't think the early proxy really did that much. It did kind of force a single Zealot, but that was about it. Game number 2 here should be looking a little bit different. Trap, you know, was wanting to put some pressure and really kind of force BYUN to be at home, going with that Disruptor drop, but unfortunately was not able to get really but 2 kills with those. And then whenever he was trying to attack into the Marines with them, with those Disruptors, was not able to get the damage done. Really kind of, you know, completely missed. So let's see here in game number 2. Does he go in that same particular strategy? Trap's definitely one that's not shy to going into Void Race, especially at the current meta. So we'll see. BYUN trying to play off from the previous map of the proxy, but does actually see the barracks there. So expansion going to be coming down this time for Trap, and behind this BYUN just going to be getting that second depot and going straight into factory. So no expansion just yet for him, which could definitely suggest that he wants to get a little bit aggressive. He's going to be opening up 2 Reapers for the time being here, and look to put some pressure on. There we go. Reaper going to be making its way across the map now here for BYUN. Now, Jagannatha is a pretty long map. It does get a little bit quickened by the speed traps there, so that should be good. But still quite a bit of ways across. Now, Stargate play is going to be coming in here from Trap. And like I said, he does like to go into that Stargate play, maybe open up a couple of Oracles, and then switch it into Void Rays and just keep that pressure up. The Adept going to be making its way into the main here. And since he didn't put the... it's actually interesting. Since he didn't put the barracks there, he is going to be able to get inside if he wanted to, but it does look like he is instead going to just to peel himself out here. Does delay the CC, so that's nice. All right, so 3 Reapers, 2 Hellions opening up here for the Terran. Gonna finally go into a starport behind this. And I don't know. Do you think Trap will be ready? He's only got 3 Adepts, so not going to have that much. A Phoenix is on the way. I think he's kind of forced into the Phoenix, right? There we go. Alright, so Phoenix finally going to be out. We'll be able to take care of one of the Hellions and bring it up. Now, 3 of the Reapers are down. Looks like finally the probes will have to get pulled here. Trying to help deal with this, but he will end up losing 3 probes. Loses a few Adepts, and overall sees what Trap is wanting to do here. Now, Trap going to continue into this Phoenix Adept style play, adding on additional gateways and adding on a robotics facility. Potentially going to be able to go into Disruptors, or I guess if he wants to, Immortals. Or, I mean, I guess you could even use the Warp Prism to kind of help ferry some of this, right? So, additional barracks being added on. Finally, BYUN going to be going into a single Viking, adding on some Cyclones for protective measures. And right now, with only having 1 Stargate, he isn't, like, really massing up a huge amount of Phoenix, right? He's just trying to get a few, potentially go in and... kill off a couple of SCVs, keep the Terran at home if possible. But with the Cyclone, with the Marines, he shouldn't have that much issues, right? Alright, 3rd base coming out from Trap, and behind this, looks like we're just going to continue to see more and more Marines. Instantly picking up all the Cyclones, picking up the Marines, and will allow a lot of this to kind of get shut down. So we will see. There we go. Finally, Phoenix is coming in to the main base. We'll be able to pick up a couple of SCVs and get out. Not really getting that much harm. Now, more and more Marines are being made, and as that gets going, if he can catch Trap into a bad position, would look really good for BYUN. But behind this, Trap adding on more gateways. He's got that 3rd base almost done. Finally starting to get into the Twilight Council and the Forge to start those upgrades. He does have the missile turrets in place. So we'll see kind of where he goes from here. And there we go. All right, so Looks like BYUN ready for a little bit of a push here. He wants to attack early enough to where there is not too many Phoenixes. And he will start pushing across the map. Now, one of the Phoenix not too damaged, but does at least push it back for the time being. Now, it looks like BYUN not going to attack just yet, as +1 is about 10 seconds away from finishing up. Behind this, it is going to be Colossus Tech coming out from Trap once again. He does have extended Thermal Lance, and he has charge on the way, so we should be seeing a mass amount of Zealots here very soon, which against BYUN's army will be really nice. And there we go. Alright, so it does look like BYUN wants to make his way across the map. There we go. Gonna scan forward, sees the beautiful observer. Will actually run into one of the Zealots here. Now, the interesting thing is he does have mines, so he will be able to burrow those up, but he's got to be careful with the Colossus, or excuse me, with the Phoenix there. They are not going to be looking pretty here. If he just wants to send the medevacs in, he's going to have to somehow find his way away from them. Now, he's already kind of let go. He's going to go ahead and stem forward. Does a scan. Immediately going to throw down the mines. There is no detection here, so these are just kind of going to go by themselves. Actually kills off quite a bit of Phoenix there, so that's really good. And BYUN will go ahead and pull back. Loses a lot of his mines, though. And we'll go ahead and return back once again. Now, another Colossus going to be making its way out. Finally going to go into Templar Tech very soon. Again, going to pick up, looking to go into the main, trying to go around the trap. We'll see this going to instantly start pulling around. Now, there's only 2 Phoenixes, so he's not going to have to worry too much about this. And here come the mines as he's trying to spread out, trying to find some kind of way, trying to ferry this in as best as he can. And there we go. The Marines and Marauders going to be going into the main, trying to take care of that Templar Tech. He wants to delay Storm as much as possible, as it looks like that will be kind of what the Tech will look to go into. Alright. Trap, though, has a pretty strong army here. Going to go ahead and morph in some Archons. And it has quite a bit of Zealots. Now, there is another drop looking to come across the map, but a lot of these medevacs are just super low. Mines will go ahead and get themselves out. But not the best connections. GG will be called. And we will see Trap tie things up here in game number 2. Here we go. Good job from both sides. It looks like, you know what? I think Trap does really good in this kind of like Stargate tech. And we'll see, you know, in game number 3, will he actually to keep that momentum going? Let's find out. Alright guys, without further ado, here in the top right, in the blue, it's BYUN. And in the bottom left, in the red, it is Trap. Alrighty, so with things tied up, will we see a more normal game now? Trap once again has been known to kind of start throwing in a lot of these Stargate builds. Game number 2 was really good for Trap, and BYUN was trying to get into the main and get some damage done, but unfortunately when the Protoss goes into Phoenix play like that, it's so hard to do any kind of drops. Those Phoenixes basically canceled drops for the most part. So, fortunately, BYUN not able to get done what he really wanted to in that game. Now, here in game number 2, or excuse me, game number 3, we already see Trap kind of roaming around, trying to make sure that there's no proxies here. Eventually, we'll go ahead and send that probe across the map to see what is happening. Behind it, we'll go ahead with the expansion. Now, this time, it is going to be a standard barracks into expansion coming out here from BYUN. And I'm curious to see kind of where he goes with this. Now, Trap looking for that SCV, and we'll go ahead and just kind of hang out. So we will see. CC going to be coming down for BYUN. And Trap just going to go ahead and head back home. Reaper now finally out for BYUN. Going to go into a Marine behind this and eventually throw down that factory. So maybe some Widow Mine drops. Maybe, no. The sky's limitless, you know. So we'll see. Now, the Reaper is looking around, trying to make sure that there's no proxies of his own, as well as try to find that probe that usually is trying to hang out. And actually going to head back home. Trap going to come in with the probe. Instantly, we'll lose this. And now, BYUN feeling like he's just going to stay home. I think this is a good call, especially with Trap going into the Adept play. Behind it, going to be getting the Twilight Council. And, yeah, I mean, he could go for a really quick blink on a map like this. You know, just kind of popping up here is a really good play for the Protoss. Or maybe he goes into a charge lot play. He is going to be going into a robotics facility, so more than likely going to be getting that Warp Prism. So that way he can kind of ferry this stuff in when he goes for an attack, and it is going to be mines coming out from BYUN. I like it. Alright, Hellion is out for BYUN, as well as it looks like they're just going to be scouting around. Again, wants to see, is there any proxies, is there any hidden bases, is there anything that I need to be worried about? And does not look like that is going to be the case this time from Trap. BYUN coming in with the Reaper. And we'll see at least kind of all the tech that is there. And we'll get out without too much of an issue. It is going to be an observer start with Blink. Now, there are a few Marines here for BYUN, and I like this position that he has. He has them positioned up at the top, so that if Trap does want to come in with the Blink, since it is kind of a known Blink map, he's going to be more than okay. Behind it, Factory is going to start making those tanks. Additional barracks going to be coming out, and we should see finally some medevacs coming out very, very soon. So, Trap coming across with the Observer. And looks like he's able to get a couple of stalkers with the drop. Does eventually get cleaned up here. And the Reaper and Hellion looking to get in. Actually gets supplied or blocked here. There he goes. Reaper will get in. Won't get really any other kills. So that's okay. And now here it comes. Warp Prism is coming up to start warping in some more stalkers. Already, though, there is a tank on the high ground. Marines in position here, so I don't really see this getting too much damage. And even the bunker in the front is going to be more than okay. Now, Trap looking to push forward to the front is going to go ahead and focus down the bunker. Tank going to reposition onto the low ground. And with a Blink finished up, he could potentially bust up on top of there. Oh no, Trap trying to get onto these tanks as much as possible. There we go. So far, an excellent defense coming out from BYUN. He's got to be careful, though. Both players are supply block. We'll be able to pick off the tank, though. Missile turret, though, going to start shutting down the Warp Prism. Eventually, that does get taken care of, as it looks like Trap trying to hold on. So far, 7 SCVs have fallen, but BYUN, again, going to hold this. Trap going to have to pull back. behind it. He is taking a third base while all this pressure is going on. BYUN trying to kind of keep the repair going. Not going to be able to. Tank repositioning and pushing forward. Just wants to make sure that trap cannot just blink on top of him. He is going to have to work on it. Finally, the medevacs are going to be out for BYUN though. And now Trap trying to kind of split everything up here. Oh no. Okay, it looks like BYUN going to go for a little bit of a drop, but Stim at 5 seconds away from finishing up. The Marines and a Marauder going to be coming over, going to try to push this away as best as possible. And indeed will. I don't think he actually saw the drop coming either. So yeah, looks like he's going to be more than okay with that. And he's really keeping a lot of busyness here for BYUN as well. Doesn't have a whole lot. Finally, the tanks do unsiege here. A little bit of a misplay there as the Marines and Marauders come in for the Terran into the main base. So it is going to force a recall here instantly from Trap. But has the damage been done? He's looking to get on top of all of these probes. And we'll get at least 8 kills here. A little bit more. We'll end up losing all of the Marines and Marauders, but he is getting a lot of damage done. There we go. Okay, he does actually get out with the medevacs. 14 probes do go down, and now it looks like BYUN wants to go for another attack. He's coming down here to the third base at the same time. Concussive shells just now finished. He is going to go ahead and pull back, though, as the tanks and the Marines are sitting here. Finally, the tank is going to go ahead and siege up in kind of a defensive position. Realizes that there is an observer there, so we should be seeing that kind of taken out. 15 kills, though, altogether for BYUN. Trap definitely in a little bit of trouble. He does have a few zealots with this, looking to potentially get on top of these tanks. Combat shields now finishing up as well, and it looks like the War Prism going to go for a little bit of a counterplay if possible. But already there's missile turrets there in the position. I don't see him getting too much done with this, but we'll see. So already a really good force coming out from Trap, but it is kind of an awkward spot. Tanks are going to siege up, and here come the Zealots onto this army. And we will see some good plays coming out from the sentries as well. Going to split up this army, but the medevacs just going to be able to pick this up and keep going. GG will be called. And BYUN going to take game number 2, or excuse me, game number 3, giving himself a 2-1 lead. All right, fourth map for the series is going to be on Death Aura. Let's see here from game number 4 what ends up happening. Let's go. All right. Without further ado, here in the bottom right-hand corner, it is BYUN. And in the top left, it's the Protoss Trap. All right, so game number 4, both players going to be staying at home for the time being here. Really good plays there from BYUN. I like what Trap was doing with the blink. Unfortunately, it just seems like BYUN kind of read it well enough and was able to prepare. Didn't really get the damage done, and I like that, you know, behind it all, Trap was just trying to keep BYUN at home. The drop really was kind of the game changer, forcing that recall and really allowed BYUN to just kind of open up and attack. And I think he hit just at the right time as well. If he would have kept holding on, I think that Trap would have got more and more of the Zealots. We would have seen a little bit more pressure coming in with the chart, or excuse me, with the blink, and would have just been a very tough time. So Trap coming in with the probe again, just getting some scouting information up, and BYUN getting that barracks up and going. Actually opening up with a Marine this time. Going to be going into a quicker factory, it looks like. Which should be alright. Just not going to be able to go across the map and put any pressure on for the time being. Trap is going to be going into his own expansion. We'll see where he kind of wants to go behind this. Marine does finally kill off that probe. Trying to be pesky. And behind this, there's going to be a reactor, so... Huh. No factory as of yet. Very interesting. There it is. Alright, so it looks like he's going to go into potentially a double Widow Mine drop. Just using the reactor to build those up quicker and hit sooner. Right, he was able to come in and get some damage with his drop from the last game. But we'll see kind of here in the next one what ends up happening. Adept going to be making its way across the map now here for Trap and BYUN. Should be more than okay, right? He's got the Marines coming out. Should be all right. Marines going to be coming up, going to meet the Adept head on. Looking like he might actually get it. No, he does not, but it is going to finish the Shade, and we'll potentially get the kill. No. Beautiful micro there from BYUN. Saves everything, doesn't lose a single unit there. And we'll see here kind of where these players want to go. Robotics facility gonna be coming down, and oh, looky there. The DTs. The Dark Shrine is here now. BYUN is hanging out for the time being. He is going to be going into Widow Mines behind this. So by the time this Dark Shrine is finished, DTs will be on the way across the map. Warp Gate Tech just now finishing up, so we'll be able to start seeing some of those beautiful warp ins coming out very soon. Now DTs are about halfway done, maybe a little bit more. And again, by the time this Widow Mine drop happens, it needs to get some huge damage done. He needs to save as much energy for them. Now, it's kind of a big bargain here. If Trap does not get the damage done, he's kind of playing from behind a little bit. But if he shuts down the drop, I think he's going to be okay. They see each other. Looks like, though, BYUN going to continue across the map with the medevac, but this time DT is going to be into the main, into the natural. It looks like he's trying to get in there, but the Marines are already there. It already has some missile turrets. Good job. Holds this off pretty well. Looks like the mine's gonna burrow in here. Oh no, the recall into the base. 9 probes down with those medevac, with the mines, and will force this back. Even gets out with both of them. Beautiful play there. Now 4 SCVs do fall for BYUN, but really well worth it here for BYUN with that drop. He still has the drop potential. He's going to be going into a Raven and a tank behind this as well, so should be okay. But now here come the Archons behind this. The Raven looking to come across and put some more pressure on at the same time. Man, Trap needs to hold this. All right, here we go. Widow Mine's going to come down. Finally does pull the probes, but gets an additional 4. And here comes that Raven. Going to throw down a missile turret to add some more pressure. At the same time, here comes those Archons. The Marines trying to hold this back. Does eventually get taken care of. There is another Raven here that is trying to, you know, do a little bit with the auto turrets and stuff, but oh man, he still has one. 8 probes have gone down. This is just not looking good right now here for Trap. Now, the good thing is this is Trap's only behind by a couple of probes. He can definitely, you know, pull them back up if needed. 11 kills though. Still has that Widow Mine available as well, and now Trap just not able to get the damage done just yet. Tank going to be coming down for BYUN as he goes into a 3rd base behind this, and here come the Archons once more. Is able to pick those up and kind of delay this a little bit, but not getting the same kind of value that BYUN is. Here comes those mines once again. They're going to burrow in. They're not getting pulled. Oh no. Oh, another 6. Trap losing so much to these mine drops. Gets out, sees the Colossus tech as well. GG. Oh, man. Wow. What a play there coming out from BYUN as Trap just gets pulled apart. Not able to get the... just not able to get the damage done with the DTs, with any of that. And that mine drop just... Oh, beautiful. Alright. Here we go. Without further ado, here. In the bottom left-hand corner of the map, give it up, it is Trap. In the top right, in the red, it is BYUN. Alrighty, so game number 5 here on Oxide. I'm excited to see kind of what these players do end up going for, right? We see them kind of going into these almost normal but weird builds, right? BYUN chooses to open up without the Reaper, goes straight into more Marines, which is really good considering, kind of what Trap wanted to go for. And again, I think the thing with Trap's build last game is he was trying to... he goes for the eBay block. Oh, so good. I think the thing is, like, Trap's build was kind of a gamble, right? He's behind 2-1. He's like, you know what? I need to get something done. Let me go into DTs and just try to, eliminate the economy. And I think behind that, if he would have been able to, BYUN just loses it from there. Has a really tough time coming back, if anything. So it is going to be a Marines once again coming out from BYUN. Going into the reactor behind this, and it will be going into that factory. Wants to trap that probe in, and it does so. There we go. Alright, so not opening up into an expansion just yet. Looks like he might here very soon. There it is, right there. That is going to allow his tech to be a little bit quicker. Going to allow that mine drop to come faster. And this time it is going to be a Stargate opening from Trap. He's like, you know what? It's won me once. Let me see if we can do it again. But this time it's going to be a double mines. Very interesting. Behind this, we should be seeing the starport. There it is right there. And again, he's going to be going into this double mine opening. He's going to have, some defensive capabilities with it. But also, he will have himself a nice little offensive, especially once he gets the starport and stuff done. He does have 4 mines on the way, so we'll be able to do some drops in both bases. But opening up a depth Phoenix once again is Trap, and I'm not sure how much I like this. I mean, he did really well with it last time. And it does shoot down the mine drop potential, right? Because by the time he gets over there with this medevac, he's gonna have at least three Phoenixes. So I mean, that's just gonna shut this down unless he can somehow sneak in, but I doubt that. So Trap playing a little bit more defensively at the moment. He is gonna go ahead and throw down the probe and the pylon there. Now BYUN gonna make his way across the map with the mines. I don't think this gets scouted though. He is keeping his Phoenix at home. Trap getting a little bit of supply block there, but he has enough to pick up the mines at least. So we'll see. He is gonna just go ahead and keep him in the middle just in case he needs to come in from either side. And here comes the medevac instantly. Gonna throw down a couple of mines. Does pick up a couple, which is really nice. Here comes those mines. Able to drop it once again. Oh, there we go. As another one does end up falling. Yeah, this time not able to get it out, and those Phoenix are on the map. They are like trying to find it all. But does allow them to actually move across now and put on some pressure of their own if they so desire. Which doesn't actually look like that's what they're doing. They're trying to find the medevac. They're trying to find whatever. Adept looking. Just trying to get some scouting information off. And behind this, we should see a third base pretty soon for Trap. Now, third base is already almost done for BYUN as he looks to eventually float this over and adds on those additional barracks. So we'll eventually look to, put some more potential in this. But I like this opening from BYUN. He's been going into the Cyclones. Cyclones very, very good against the Phoenix. So I'm excited to see kind of where he goes from here. There we go. Actually, not making any more Phoenix, stopping at his 5 Phoenix, which I don't think you need a whole lot unless you're going to be going into that mass Phoenix Adept. But he is going to use it just a little bit as some anti-air as he goes into this kind of Immortal and Colossus tech. I would love to see him throw in some disruptors with this as well. But from the previous game, not getting the damage done with them, it's kind of a risky play right now for Trap. So Phoenix will be able to get into the main. Once again, though, with the turrets there, with the Marines, not going to be able to get in and really get any damage done. So I think right now Trap just keeping BYUN at home as best as he can with the Phoenix while he builds up his tech. He's got this third base up and going. He's got the Adepts. He's got, Mortals and everything that he really wants. Even trying to, tickle the CC here. We do actually have a nice little move out coming out from Trap, though. Looking to shut down this third base altogether. 3 SCVs have fallen, but looks like he is going to go ahead and back up. And there we go. All right, so BYUN finally coming down to this bottom third. He's going to go ahead and land some mules, and already the Phoenix once again getting some damage done, shutting down the missile turrets, which is very, very crucial. Colossus is here as well. Looks like he is going to finally kind of scout that this army is sitting here and waiting. BYUN going to go ahead and siege up the tank as well. Gonna go for potentially another drop as well. I think this gets seen though. Oh, he's gonna walk right into this. Yeah, he's walking right into this. The only thing that shoots up right now though is the sentries though. But he does back up, and the Phoenix gonna give chase. Instantly throws down the Marine, says, you know what, we need to make sure that we have those available. And yeah, I mean, both players now just going to continue to max up. I believe that we should see Trap taking a 4th base here soon, as he wants to continue in that production and keep the minerals coming in, especially since he's going into this kind of higher tech army. But Templar Archive is on the way, and he is going to go into more of the Colossus. He's got Charge on the way. He's got to be careful. Guardian Shield's going to come up. And it looks like we're going to see a little bit of an attack coming. It actually shuts down the expansion before it even has a chance to start. Really, really nice. Trying to attack multiple spots at once. Fortunately, this army from Trap is very good when it's clumped up like that, but very unmobile, except for the Phoenix. Coming in once again, looking to get the cancel or the shutdown completely. Oh, trying to focus it down. We'll go ahead and focus down onto the Phoenix. Not going to have enough. Going to go straight into the main as he sees the gateway units coming in. At the same time, a huge attack coming over here to the third base. Sieged up tanks is going to be there as BYUN does have a few more mines hiding in the background. Going to back up, and it looks like the Marauder is still going to be coming in, trying to get some damage, but not going to be able to as the Phoenix shuts this down and pushes this back. Now, the big key thing is Trap doesn't have any detection here with this army. So these are going to reset. BYUN actually sees some of this. Okay, there he goes. He says, you know what, I don't need detection. Let me just go ahead and do that. Going to get the cancel once again, though, on the fourth base. And that's something that BYUN has just done such a good job here. Looks like another attack trying to come down to the bottom at the same time as he's distracting Trap with this little bit of an engagement here. Picks off another Phoenix, so not too bad. There we go. Behind this, you know, he's going to go into another reactor. He's got the Ghost Academy up and ready. And finally, that fourth base can come up once again, but I think BYUN tries to just like cancel it once again. He's got the fourth base down here as well, so eventually one of them will finally kind of come through. There we go. Another scan. Gonna look, sees that there's nothing there just yet, and we'll. Oh no! It's gonna have to back up. Sees where the army is. Gonna start pushing back. We'll eventually drop down though. Ghosts are here, and we'll be able to eventually kind of like EMP this if he. At least that's what he's looking for here. So we'll see if he is able to do that. BYUN's own fourth base gonna get kind of delayed here. And BYUN actually kind of exposes that, hey, I have ghosts now. We do have the EMP shockwave kind of upgrade coming through. So we will see that being used here very soon. And still, I don't know. I like it. But at the same time, we do see the mines being used into the natural. Going to be getting a few kills. Gets 8 in total. So just trying to keep Trap, basically his focus away from where he wants to go. Beautiful scan. Actually sees the position of this army. Says, okay, you're not at home. Let's go ahead and attack. He will end up giving up his fourth base here. Yeah, does get the fourth base, but I think he can force the recall. Does get 15 probes killed. Still more and more, 17 altogether. And it looks like Trap going to start coming over as well into the main. EMP is going to be going down onto the army at the same time. A huge attack coming in here. The third base does go down. The natural looking like it's going to fall. 37 to 42 probes have been done. The third base going to get lifted here from the Zealots. A recall is going to happen as that natural does take itself down. Sees that this has been recalled, and I think he actually just... Oh no! Huge disruptor hits. Going to eliminate a huge chunk of BYUN's forces here. Really shuts down this push. Now, BYUN is going to continue to push into this. He is looking to take out those disruptors, which he does. He does kill off 48 probes. At the same time, he is still attacking this bottom base. But that disruptor shot was the lifesaver here for Trap. Trap was up against the ropes, but that gives him a lot of breathing room. He will have to end up backing up with a lot of his army to regroup. But look at all of this tech still here. BYUN does still have his third base, which is really nice. Looks like he might actually kill this. No, he's not. The Zealot's going to get there just in time. Almost actually kills it. 51 probes, though, have fallen here for Trap, so he definitely needs to be careful. Loses the medevac with the Marines, and Trap, at the end of this, he is still on 3 bases. He is still in this. He's 37 probes, 91 to 86 army supply here. Man, that really sucks. And now this force from Trap is just so scary. He does get the EMPs off, so we'll be able to at least kill off a bunch of these units. That's the hope anyways. but he just does not have enough here. He is going to force the pickup once again. And Trap looking to push through. Oh, huge disruptor shot on the SCVs. Gets 10. The Vikings trying to get some kind of damage done. Phoenix is going to come in here. There's only 2. Get 1 shot here from the Vikings at least. And he's just trying to hold on as much as possible. Trap sees this coming though. There is a probe up at top just in case he needs to do something here. But I mean, if you're Trap, you're able to just kind of sit back at this point. BYUN does not have a whole lot of SCVs. He doesn't have a whole lot of energy. He's using those into scans instead of using for mules, trying to see where this army is. He's going to go for a little bit of a drop, but at the same time, Trap going to be coming in for a push. We'll actually force kind of Trap back, but he needs to do something with this drop if he wants to get done. The Vikings, or excuse me, the Phoenix is going to be coming in as well. And it looks like he does want to get that bottom base. Another scan going to show that, you know, it is indeed coming. And we'll be looking to go back. All right, so he does get the base, so it's going to be another 2 base to 3 here. There is a 3rd base coming up to the natural. Do see the scan, but sees the army coming in. Now Trap is supply blocked for the time being, but will continue to push into this. So there we go. All right, so Ghost still available here. More disruptors on the way as well. It looks like he is going to try to kind of split this army as much as possible. Does get the EMPs on a good chunk of that army of Trap. And here we go. Going to get on top of the disruptors, but one does get off. Going to eliminate a huge chunk of BYUN's army. He's going in. Now, a lot of the army here for Trap is damaged, but with an additional weapon of Zealots, I don't think he's going to have enough here as Trap just starts pushing through. The Liberators will eventually take care of some of the units here, pulling the SCVs to help with this. But with those additional weapons of Zealots, it's just going to be a little bit too much. Disruptors coming in now more and more for Trap as he's pushing in. Once again, there's not a lot of army here for BYUN. Does get a beautiful EMP off, but that does not have enough to finish it off. Pulling the SCVs to deal with this. Trap's disruptor not going to die. And GG. As Trap takes game number 5. Bringing it 3-2. All right. Game number 6. Here we go. All right. Without further ado, here in the top left-hand corner of the map, playing as the Protoss pieces, give it up, it is Trap. And in the bottom right, in the red, playing as the Terran, give it up, it is BYUN. Alrighty, Light Shade is the next map here. And I'm interested to see from that last game what we see these players do. Trap has shown he has some really good disruptor control, and BYUN has a little bit of weakness to it. You know, game 1, he did a good job of dodging the shots, but that last game should have been BYUN's, or at least BYUN had a really good chance of winning. But those disruptor shots were just so crucial to turning the tide here in Trap's favor. Now, can Trap do it again and tie things up and go to a map 7? Or will he fall short? We'll find out here. Now, probe for Trap is going out, looking for some proxies. No proxies though. It's going to be at home, and we will see that probe make its way across the map. Going to be a Marine start for BYUN. SCV does come down and will actually start trying to poke at the probe. Does delay his expansion if he was going to take one. but it looks like he is instead going to go for the factory and open up how he has been the past couple of games. Those mine drops have been so crucial for BYUN. They really have been getting damage. I think as bad as BYUN was against the Disruptors, so has Trap against the Widow Mines. And the thing too is, like, he's still using the drops later on in the map. Like, it's not just a beginning tech and then into, you know, into something else. He's still doing the drops, still finding the damage later on while he's keeping Trap distracted. So it's been really awesome to see that. We'll see here in game number 2 where he ends up going for in this. Now it is going to be a Hellion opening this time. Going into the starport follow-up here. So it looks like a Hellion drop. It is going to be afoot, but the probe and the adept already coming across, looking to kind of cancel this out. And the Marine running for his life. Not going to be enough. There we go. Alright, so Trap does see that indeed it is going to be. It's a factory play. I don't think he saw the Hellions at least, but already he has the starport, or excuse me, the Stargate completed. Throwing down some shield batteries for protection, and because he's opened up kind of in this this choke point, I don't think these are going to get too much done coming in through the front. But again, it is going to be that medevac that pushes it over the edge. And now with the shield battery done, we'll go ahead and back up. But Phoenix is already out, and I don't think he's going to be able to get in and do too much. Now the good thing is he is running the energy short on the shield batteries. He's got to be careful. He does not want to lose these just yet. And there we go. He will actually be able to get out just in time. It's going to be Widow Mines coming through with the medevac though. Looking to push in, and oh, the Phoenix just going to barely see this, but they're not moving in time. BYUN going to come in with the Widow Mines. Do drop those down at the same time. Gets 4 kills with the other mine. Does lose 1 mine, and will move the medevac out. Unfortunately, he can't get in and do too much here. There's another medevac with mines coming through, and it's going to be very scary. Oh, he's going to load it in. Oh, BYUN, you're so smart. Comes into the bottom here. Trap does not see this at all. And here come those Hellions coming in straight into the main. Now, one of them does get picked up. The second one going to get picked up as well. The medevac going to be targeted as well, so it doesn't get as much damage done, but he does get at least 8 kills. Another huge attack, 19 probes. Oh, man. BYUN just all over the place at this moment. He gets out with 3 of them. The 4th one's still in position as well. Oh, okay, the Oracle Revelate will be able to eventually clear that one up, but now he's coming back into the main. Oh, BYUN. Mine's gonna get down. Gets another 4. 5. A lot of damage has been done. The Marines going to be taking out the pylon that is across the map as finally the CC going to be floated over. Here come more and more of these Widow Mines though, and BYUN pulling Trap apart. There we go. Robotics facility does come down, and BYUN going to start floating in here. There is a Stalker though in position, and an Oracle, and the Phoenix here. Gets the nice Revelate, and we'll be able to eventually pick those up. So, does not get the damage this time. And there we go. Unfortunate. We'll end up losing the medevac as well. So, doesn't get the damage done that he was looking for, but still in a massive lead from that. Able to kill off 28 probes in total. Just a handful of mines. Removing everything for the inevitable counterattack. Robotics facility almost done. Additional gateways are coming through and really forcing Trap to have to make more probes. He's not able to just continue that production like he wants to, unfortunately. Going to be going into the robotics bay to maybe try to salvage some of this. So more than likely going to be going into disruptors. I wouldn't mind seeing him go into that kind of disruptor warp gate style that we saw in game 1. But we'll see. Stim and combat shields on the way here for the Terran. So he's going into more and more medevacs. Third base is going to be taken for trap. Kind of risky, but I in a sense, he really has to, you know, go into that just to kind of build his probes back up. He is finally back to 41. And this will eventually get seen here. Oh, no. Okay. He's going to see the Marines and stuff coming across the map, so he knows that there is an attack on the way. Oh, he's distracting them once again. The medevac. Oh. The Phoenix are nowhere to be found. The Revelate's not going to be there. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so BYUN keeping everything at home, trying to eliminate all of the mines, but he does not see the mines here in the main base. No pull on the probes. Trap. No. Oh, 13 more probes. As the medevac does come into the natural, going to throw down once again. This time Trap is paying attention, pulls him, but an additional 3 do go down for a total of 16. The Revelate is on this army though and sees that it is coming across. A scan goes down, sees where the army is. Eventually that does get picked up, but he is going to go straight onto the third base. A recall is going to happen. Trying to get on top of this army as best as possible. Does force BYUN into a little bit of a corner here, but he picks up. Going to go ahead and move back. Picks off both of the medevacs. Does get some of the units out, but will eventually die. Oh, another Widow Mine. Going to go down and injure a lot of the units here, and he's able to kill off a little bit more. The third base coming out from BYUN. As Trap trying to recover from this. He is down to 39 workers. After all of that, adding on some additional sentries. He's got extended thermal lance on the way. He does have more observers coming through to try to help with this, but has the damage been done? Now, the thing is BYUN doesn't have a lot of Marines. He's going very heavy into the Marauders, and that's for good choice. That's for good measure because of, you know, kind of what the composition is, right? He's only got 5, you know, Phoenix, so it's not that bad. There is more Phoenix being added on, but it's not like he has to worry about those. It's going to be the Colossus. It's going to be the Stalkers that he really has to worry about. But BYUN has done such a good job of keeping Trap at home, really with these Widow Mine drops, just forcing Trap to stay home, to have to defend against these. He does have +1 air weapons, which will allow the Phoenix to hit a little bit harder, but this massive army coming across the map now for BYUN. I just don't know if Trap can do it. He doesn't have any detection seeing this come across the map, except for right there. He does see the scan potentially, but here we go. The drop coming in once again to this third base. Gets the instant probe pool. The Phoenix looking for the for the units here. Okay, so he doesn't get anything there. Does get the mines in here though. Oh, very, very nice. Not able to get any kills with the mines. We'll eventually have to pull them back. At the same time, another mine drop. Going to go down. Gets 3 more probes. Another drop going into the main. A single mine. The hero mine. But there are stalkers here. Don't think it's going to get... Yeah, doesn't even get burrowed down. It's unfortunate there, but BYUN doing a really good job here of just trying to hold... keep Trap's attention in many different areas. Now, he is starting to build up quite a bit of force. He's at 83 supply to 62. 87 now. He hasn't added on Ghosts, but he does have the Ghost Academy. So he's looking to go up into that tech. And Trap has a very damaged Nexus. Adding on additional Stargates, trying to go into maybe more of a higher tech. He is going to go into a Fleet Beacon as well. Mine does go down. Oh, it does get taken care of. Okay. Another mine does go down as well. Looks like he's going to try to get on top of it. Okay, so he gets 2. Not terrible. And it looks like BYUN does want to get across the map here very, very soon to push towards this. Now, there is a mine hiding here. Okay, not going to get it done. 4th base going to be taken for trap. Another scan goes down to see, is there any kind of observer play? Is there anything going on here? And not going to be the case. Takes his own 4th base behind this. Does he know of that 4th base? Well, he does now. Finally, carriers are on their way. The question's going to be, can the trap get to a high enough number of carriers? He is going to be going into disruptors behind this as well. BYUN definitely going to have his work cut out for him if he is not careful. Doesn't get any kills, but he does damage a lot of the Phoenix. Just trying to find the prime opportunity here. He does get a Revelate off, so knows exactly where this army is at the moment. So nothing going to be going crazy here. But there are just mines all over the place. All right, one of those medevacs very, very dangerously low. Marine gonna scout and see where the Phoenix are at. The observer gonna be going around as well. And yeah, I mean, BYUN almost maxed out at this point. Finally does get that 4th base done. +1 and Flux Veins gonna be down. So looks like he might be going into carriers and into potentially Void Rays here. Alright, so he does scan, sees that there are carriers on the field now. Gonna go ahead and back up. Does get the EMP off, so that's very nice. And we'll push this back now. Yeah. Does get the mines taken care of now. BYUN has to be very, very careful. Like, his army is strong, but against the carriers, with this going on more and more, adding on 3 carriers at a time, this army that BYUN has becomes very, very fragile. There we go. He's going to go ahead and stem into this 3rd base. EMPs a lot of the army. Actually, the shield batteries as well. Keeps them from having any kind of energy. Going to try to get right on top of the carriers at least. Doesn't get them though, but he is able to eliminate a good chunk of the army. Loses all of his marauders and will pull back with the single medevac to tail the tail. Does get the base though, so that is a huge play for BYUN. Trap though, gonna instantly retake it. He's gonna go ahead and throw some probes over to it eventually, and he's already sitting at a beautiful 7 carriers with adding more and more to this. So we'll see here. Phoenix is still getting the damage done, making 9 Marines at a time, some Marauders as well. He does also have the Ghosts leading the charge, throwing up some sensor turrets as well. Just wants to make sure that he sees this army coming from any angle possible. +3 on the way, as well as +1 ship weapons for the Terran. And Trap already at +2 ship weapons. Adding on some of the armor, the shields upgrades. Just wants to make these as strong as possible. Even trying to open up some pathways. Just wants to make sure that if he does have to take an engagement here, especially with how many carriers there are, he's sitting at 8. It doesn't look like he's adding any more. He's going more into Colossus. He's going more into the Disruptors and just trying to continue to have a greater army. So we will see. Observer for Trap will actually see the army moving across here to get in position. Even gets a scan off. It looks like he's going to try to shut this down once again. Colossus are going to come in, though. And here come the carriers. EMPs will go off onto some of the carriers and going to go ahead and start pushing back. Now, there is a lot of interceptors going to be forced back once again. We'll shut down quite a few of those, but 8 of them at a time are being made. And it looks like the Marines might have been able to push through here as they start trying to get on top of the carriers. We'll eventually have to back up, though, as more and more Marines are coming through. One of the evacs getting very low, and they don't have a ton of energy. One of them does have about full, so that's going to be very nice. But once +3 finishes up, he should be able to get something done here. But Trap still not in a bad position either. He does have that top base. He's adding on, again, more Colossus. He's adding on additional disruptors and just trying to continue to push into this kind of air tech army. But it is a 5 base against 5 base. As that bottom Nexus still is alive. He's going to go ahead and scan, sees that there's nothing here, but has quite a bit of Vikings with this. He's at 10 Vikings, 55 Marines. He's got some... he doesn't... Does he have? No, he doesn't have any ghosts with this army yet. He does have some on the way. He's making 3 at a time. Nice little attack going to come down here at the bottom, trying to pull the army away from the top. We'll be able to get the Nexus as well at the same time, looking to go up to the top. It doesn't look like Trap is going to take the bait. He is going to go ahead and just allow that base to die out for the defense. The Marines going to come up top, sees where the army is at, and will actually come back home with a good chunk of his army. Now, BYUN, where does he go from here? Oh, there. Oh. Trying to get on top of the disruptor, will eventually get it. Goes for some more scans and just is trying to get the damage done wherever he can. Gonna go for a little bit of a drop into the main, it looks like. At the same time, a big attack up here at the top. Really just trying to pull Trap wherever he can. Drop some into the natural. We'll be able to pick off a few units here. Does get on top of a lot of this army, EMPing the carriers. And there's a lot of Marines EMPing everything in sight. The disruptor is going to be falling short. The units here in the main not really doing anything. GG has been called. And BYUN takes the game. And there we go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have a good one. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment.